Greg Scalzo probably didn't run. He's going to be here shortly. Josh, how are you?
I'm doing great, Benny. You don't sound so well. I'm going to be honest.
I'm not well, Josh. I'm not well. Hey, what's the guy got to do to get a water around here? Thank you. Appreciate it.
What happened?
I was in a standstill, Joshy.
Greg.
So luckily, I was in the standstill, and Greg and I were on the phone. I got full Greg Scalzo road rage on speakerphone, which I know you've heard before. It's amazing.
Sure have.
But I was in the parking lot, and I told him, you got to take the bus lane. And so he actually passed me. And the security lady goes, you pulled a quick one on me. Nice job. I was like, so at least I figured he'd beat me here. But he didn't sprint. Hey, how are you? I've been better. I'm on the radio right now, and it doesn't feel like it. 800-990-3776. That's a lifeline that I need right now from the Scalzo and Brust family as I take a drink of water. Joshy, fill for 5 seconds.
You really set me up for a good position there to fill. So were you with Greg when you decided to sprint and he just walked along? Like, how did that happen? Were you guys?
So both of our parking passes, you can either go to the left P lot or the right to the P lot.
Yeah.
I was stuck in a lane where I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't get over to the right P lot. And that's where the bus lane was. You could come up the right side, and there was a security person there with like a little baton thing, and I was like, "You just got to go and be like and play dumb and be like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing." And she had moved up, and he just went right by her. Where the hell is he? I'm very upset at him right now. The hustle is F minus.
Yeah, I mean, he did call to warn me that you guys wouldn't be there on time. I do like watching the stream and seeing Tony in the background there, which you can watch a stream.
Just
YouTube,
eating some
Twitter.
Major Goolsby's,
Just
not a care in the world.
No, he couldn't care less for you. He's not even thinking about offering.
He didn't even think about sitting down to put a headset on. He did give me some water.
Hey, listen, Joshy, I heard the music, and I thought you guys were back at the studio. So I go, they must not be here. I was just telling the guy, I'm like, they're not here, I guess, so whatever. But if I would have heard radio silence for long enough, I would have jumped on.
Yeah,
I did get Ben a water, though.
Yes, you did.
All right, thank you for that.
I'm feeling pretty good. Thank you for your service,
you guys
Tony
need
Smith.
to get it together over here. When I'm walking out, if I see Scalzo, I'll hold him up for you even longer so you can be solo.
I can be solo.
And talk smack. I just want you to give time to talk proper smack.
I don't need to talk too much smack. It's just the lack of hustle after I, big brain play, get him in the bus lane.
He's not being a good teammate right
now. In the parking lot.
Loose ball on the floor. Scalzo's standing around looking at it.
Yeah, he bent over, right? What are you supposed to do, Tony?
Yeah, right.
Dive on the
Gotta get on the floor.
Gotta get on
Sacrifice
the floor.
your body. I'm gonna go look for him for you.
He's wearing a suit. You'll find him. He's probably the only person at Summerfest with a suit on
Good
right
luck
now.
the rest of the way.
800-990-3776. Joshy, who do we have?
We've got the hall monitor, Jesse Nelson.
Oh, God. This is my lifeline? I ask for help, and I get the one person in the world I don't want to join the show?
What's up, Jesse?
Phone a friend. How we doing? Happy Friday.
Oh, who wants to be a millionaire? You would not be my phone a friend.
I thought I'd take it. Yeah, more airtime for Jesse because Benny's winded and Greg's nowhere to be found. Traffic is the greatest thing in the world. How about it? Woo!
All right, how about you provide some value instead of wooing to the Scalzo and Brust audience right now?
What do you want me to do? Host a show on the phone as I'm driving toward Beaver Dam? Sure. Okay. 800-990-3776. Scalzo and Brust with winded Ben Brust and Josh DiMaggio holding it down. Has anyone seen Greg Scalzo? That's the question for you. And we can talk Badger football if you want, like we did with Tom Oates earlier today on We'll Be in Town. Weekdays 9 to noon.
I'm glad you brought that up. A finely produced show. I will give you that, Jesse, for sending a lifeline.
You really are out of your mind right now.
Yeah, I know. I must not be thinking clearly from being winded. But you guys did have Tom Oates on, and he is Josh, should we get that sound? Because I just want to get right to it, even if it's not without Greg. It's Ben and Jesse holding it down right now.
I do have the sound. It's a long one.
It's okay. I need breath.
Yeah, I think if Luke Fickell can upgrade the out-of-state recruiting, it would be great. But I don't think Wisconsin can ever lose sight of the fact that over the last 30 years, and even prior to that, when this program was really good and early 50s and early 60s, that it's the backbone of this program has always been Wisconsin players. And I don't just mean their football ability. I mean the work ethic and the loyalty and the leadership and the caring that they bring to this program creates the culture, and it's been a culture that's worked. It's been Tausch, you were in that culture. It's a great culture, and a large part of that I attribute to the fact that Wisconsin athletes have been, in many ways, the cornerstone of the program. I don't mean it's the entire foundation. I just mean it's the cornerstone. It's the biggest part of this program. You don't trash something just because 5 guys on Twitter can't do anything but talk about a national championship. You don't trash everything. What's worked, you continue, and then you attempt to build on it.
I appreciate you letting him go. But it's not 5 guys on Twitter talking about a national championship. He may not have said it in his introductory press conference, but Luke Fickell's been pretty clear that the goal of the Wisconsin Badgers is to win a national championship. And with that, you cannot continue to do things that have led you to a point where you have not won a national championship. We are not in Florida. We are not in Texas. We are not in California. We are in Wisconsin. And Wisconsin is a wonderful place. I love playing collegiate athletics there. The program is changing in their own way at basketball too. But guess what? When you pay Luke Fickell amounts of money that you have not spent before on a head coach, and you want to keep the foundation the same thing, that principle is wrong. You need to let the head coach that you paid upwards of what was it? $40 million, $50 million to Luke Fickell, you have to let him run his program. And look, I understand the Wisconsin mentality, the work ethic, the pride. You can still have that in a program, even if it's not as comprised of many Wisconsin high school athletes. It can still be a gritty team with a coach that led them at Cincinnati to a college football playoff, who came from Ohio State, who was a defensive tackle, who's not going to lose sight of physicality, which we all love in the brand of football that we play. I think he's the perfect mesh, and you got to let him run. And I just think I'm not taking out Otzi, but it's an old take. It's not that he's old; it's just an old take. And I think Greg Scalzo is joining the program.
I want to ask you,
man,
out of here, Jesse.
Oh, we had Jesse on?
I called for a lifeline, like it was Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and my arch nemesis called in.
Oh, my God.
Why didn't you run?
What do you mean, why didn't I run?
I sprinted here.
I thought we were going to be in good hands. I thought if I knew Jesse was going to be on, I would have ran.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to be in good hands. I figured Homer and Tony would just stick around for an extra few minutes. I'm sure you told the people why we were running a little bit late.
Yeah, I'd let them know.
I want to know from you, Ben Brust, right? Over the weekend, there was the story about that roller coaster ride at a carnival or festival in Wisconsin. No, different one. That was in North Carolina.
Oh, no.
In Wisconsin, there was one where people were literally hanging upside down for 3 hours. Would you rather have been stuck inside of your car, trapped for 20 minutes while running late to something, as you just were, because nobody was moving here outside of the Summerfest grounds, or would you rather be stuck upside down in a roller coaster ride suspended in the air for 3 hours?
Yeah, I think I'm okay with the roller coaster one because, like, it's not like you're not going to fall off the tracks. Now, the blood rush to the head thing for 3 hours, that I don't know what it feels like, so that's the only part of the equation.
I think I would rather be in the roller coaster. At least you could just kind of close your eyes and be like, man, this is horrible.
There's nothing I can do.
Nothing I can do. There's nothing worse than being stuck in your car when you're late to something and you're just literally trapped. You left 20 minutes earlier than I did, and I ended up driving by you. Now, you got into that lot a little bit quicker, so I think you parked and got in.
I know, but can I get an assist for the bus lane?
Well, you gave me the heads up how bad things were, and I took the bus lane down. Yes, that was big. But those are just nightmare-style scenarios that you get. And I would encourage anybody coming down here to Summerfest, give yourself an extra 30 minutes or so because things are moving very slow around here close to the lake in the Summerfest.
And we cannot go right to the bar and get a Michelob Ultra like all of you can to release some stress of the parking lot road rage. And so I think I did that I don't think I took it out on anyone, Josh. I was just trying to catch my breath.
Yeah,
I did see the gentleman eating pizza though, as there was just lines and lines of traffic.
Did you see that?
He was literally, Josh. He had a full large pizza sitting on a traffic
white
cone,
pizza box,
and just eating pizza away while this line kept getting longer and longer and longer. It was a sight to behold. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to the Badgers, they're doing everything they should be doing. And it's going to be different, and it's going to feel different, and it should be different, and it should feel different, because what the results the Badgers are going for is different. And what the economics, what the culture, what the expectations, what the variables are in college football now is different than it was just 5 years ago, let alone 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. And I think that if you are embracing the Badgers, you have to be willing to embrace change. And no matter what you're talking about in life, if you're not willing to embrace change, then you're going to get stuck, and you're eventually going to get eaten up by somebody who does embrace change. So I thought it was a necessary change by the Badgers. I love the recruits they're bringing in. Yeah, it feels a little bit different. No, they're not as in tune with the Wisconsin high schools as past coaching staffs have been. How could they be? They haven't been here for a full year. So, you're going to have a little bit of that has a hiccup now. I trust that they will get back into the right places with the right coaches and continue to build that Wisconsin culture that has been a part of it. But right now, we're seeing high-level recruits. We're seeing high-level energy. I love the squat fest that they did, bringing in former players. I saw, the Hebrew Hammer, Matt Bernstein was back in town for it. I know a bunch of former players were at the squat fest, and it was electric. It was different, and that's what you have to be nowadays. And I think that you have to look at it with a positive mindset and not be scared of change. And I think that we have to understand there's going to be people out there who have watched, covered, rooted for this Wisconsin team and program for decades who are going to be scared of change. But what I would encourage you to do is go into it with excitement and open mind. Because if this Badgers program wasn't willing to change, that would be a bigger concern than, hey, we're trying things and we're bringing in a coach that literally could have gone anywhere for any school in the country, save for maybe 3 or 4, and he chose Wisconsin. And he did this at Cincinnati, and he brought them further than Wisconsin has been in the college football playoff era. Now he's given more resources, a better conference, a better brand, and we're going to see if he can do that and replicate that to an even greater degree at Wisconsin. So you should be excited about that.
Yeah, you are going to hear no disagreements here. I mean, I'd say initially for the first month or so, I had excitement, but I also had my my Badger red and my pride of the Wisconsin way on. But forget that. That can live on its own. That era can live on its own and still be successful and still be thought of is highly. And the way that Barry Alvarez grew the program and the way that when he became athletic director, him and Pat Richter, what they did will forever transcend how we got to the point where we were even able to hire a Luke Fickell to do things differently, to take it to that next level. Who says he can't be a part of that next evolution of a guy that we will remember forever? And Chris McIntosh, credit to him, who was a part of that Badger Foundation going out on a limb to hire Luke Fickell. So all positive.
You can't be
things.
scared to build more statues. You want to build more statues.
Yeah, we don't just want to look at the same one forever.
That is true. 800-990-3776. Again, 800-990-ESPN, the number to get into the show. I do want to give a shout-out to our friends at Smart Spaces, smartspaceswi.com. Smart Spaces allows you and helps you and drives you and your company to navigate the world as it is. It's a virtual world. Your company has to learn how to navigate that, right? You've got remote workers. You've got hybrid workers. You've got in-person workers. They help your company's space become smarter, more technologically integrated, and able to perform beautifully across all virtual meeting environments. It's what we do here at our new office at the 3rd Street Market Hall in Milwaukee. I walk into a room, hit one button. Don't got to get close to a microphone because the whole room is mic'd up. The camera's in the right place. Everything is set up so that your team can do what they do best and not worry about the technology. Smart Spaces gets you the right technology for the right reasons with a listen-first culture. They'll learn your business's needs and provide seamless solutions for your office. So improve your business today at smartspaceswi.com. That's smartspaceswi.com. Homer joins us next on Scalzo and Brust live from Summerfest on a beautiful day. We're presented by Michelob Ultra.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
Whose face is on the dime? It is FDR. You know who that is?
Franklin FDR. Franklin Roosevelt.
There you go.
What's his middle name?
Scalzo and Brust.
I will accept Franklin D. Roosevelt. That is good. That's good enough. That was mean. Now I'm being mean to Ben. Hand up, pat on the back to me. I apologize to Ben Brust. Now I'm picking on him.
Scalzo and Brust. Available anywhere you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
We have an accident along southbound 41. Basically, it's on the Watertown Plank Road on-ramp to southbound 41. So watch out for the delays coming in from before Appleton Avenue. We've also got eastbound 94 with an accident right about at 68th Street on the left shoulder. That's slowing things down right through the Zoo interchange. And your ride along southbound 43 continues a bit of a headache from before Good Hope Road, pretty much all the way down past North Avenues where you're going to see those delays. Traffic is brought to you by Evans Transportation in Brookfield, where they provide customized logistics solutions to keep you and your business moving forward. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, mostly cloudy. The showers are likely with a low of 62. Tomorrow, chance of showers mainly early, then becoming partly cloudy, a high of 74. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Magoo's on the Mound is your game day headquarters. Located on 59th and Blue Mound, just minutes from the ballpark. Magoo's has food options for everyone and a vast selection of craft beers and cocktails. Enjoy some drinks and watch all the games with your buds. Or stay entertained with pool, darts, trivia, poker, or live music. Plus, Magoo's on the Mound offers plenty of free parking and shuttles to all home games for the crew. Check out their food and drink menu as well as upcoming events at magoos.biz. That's magoos.biz.
The big gig is back.
Everybody's happy. Summerfest is back. The weather is perfect.
And so are we at the Gruber Law Office's Sports Zone.
I think I got in trouble for talking to people. They said I was mean.
Tune in every weekday to Homer and Tony and Scalzo and Brust, who will be broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's Sports Zone all throughout Summerfest.
Greg Scalzo is here! Hey! 1 minute late.
What I just did was miraculous.
Oh, here we go.
Stop by, say hi, and win prizes all Summerfest long with 94.5 ESPN.
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local convenience store today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. That's right, folks. Great Lakes Dragway's 2023 race season is in full swing. Come out to see our annual events like Memorial Day Weekend, Labor Day Weekend, Nitrous Streetcar Brawl, Import Wars, Larry's Fun Fest, and Bug Fest. Looking for something new and exciting? Come see the Night of Fire Jet Show. Want the track all to yourself? Email or call about a private track rental. Go to GreatLakesDragaway.com for contact information and our full season schedule. Great Lakes Dragaway, just a burnout west of I-94 on County KR. Be there.
Yeah, they're football guys, but they don't shy away from the big topics of the day.
So you won't listen to their music because this was it a bad breakup?
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by American Family Insurance.
I don't know. You play one of their songs on
this
our
guy
show.
broke up with Florida Georgia Line. You should like him more.
I do like Tyler. Yeah, it's a good career move for him.
You're still not going to go to the concert.
Weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN and available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Looking for a hot ride this summer? Find yours this July at Potawatomi. You could win your share of $400,000 in cash and prizes, or rumble all summer long in one of 4 brand new Harley-Davidson motorcycles. It's the Hot Ride Motorcycle Giveaway this July, only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Visit paysbig.com/hot ride for more details. Must be 21 and a club member to play.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it.
Freedom and our pleasure, nothing ever lasts forever. Everybody wants to rule them. Say that you'll never, 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 never need it. One headline, why believe it? Everybody wants to
Summerfest, presented by Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. He's Ben Brust. I'm Greg Scalzo. You, the Scalzo Brust family, calling, texting 800-990-ESPN, 800-990-3776. Twitter at Scalzo and Brust. Always seems to be eventful when we're here at Summerfest.
Yeah, that was the first time I've ever probably been remotely late to the show. Now, I've left early. I will own that. There have been times where you've wanted to murder me.
Those were the
cold
dark
blood.
days at Scalzo and Brust.
No,
yes.
For sure. I've done a lot of growing up, believe it or not, audience. I don't like being late to things at all. I full-on sprinted here. I can't wait for you to listen back and hear how horrible I sounded.
Did you get here to start the show?
Yeah, I started the show.
Wow.
Yeah. Josh, I was, 30, 45 seconds after the music stops or after, the audio of the big voice stopped playing?
Had Ben not been panting and immediately said he just sprinted there because he was late, the Scalzo and Brust family would have had no idea that the show it started normally.
All right, see, well done. Well done, everybody. We're excited to welcome in Homer. You hear him every day, 2 to 4. Homer and Tony, 94.5 ESPN, Milwaukee. He joins us every Friday, and he's Homer. You hear him everywhere. What's going on, Homer?
Well, on my way out, there was frozen, hard lemonade. What do they call it? There's a stand near us.
Homer, I'm glad you brought this up. I was flabbergasted, and maybe I should have ran here like Ben did. I stopped and asked somebody what they were waiting for. But continue, please.
No, so it was 2 for $1 starting at 4 o'clock. All right? The line was, I want to say 100, 200 people. It was the longest line.
I think that's closer to an underestimation than an overestimation. Holy
I don't
crap.
know how many, I don't know how many, how long, but I can't describe how long the line was. And I know they're waiting because I saw the beginning go all these people are waiting for 2 for $1? Because I'm not sure, I don't know if everybody would get there by 5. The line was so long.
You're right. I think the last person in line probably wasn't, and I was obviously walking in right at 4, but it was for buy one, get one, spiked lemonade, and it was incredible.
Is there anything you would wait in that long of a line for, Homer?
No. It reminded me of the first time we were at Georgetown, and there was a cupcake place, and the people were waiting in line, and they were all the way around the block or whatever, and I'm going I wanted to get in line because I assumed something was free. And they were just waiting to get cupcakes at one of these, I don't know what the name of the cupcake place was. They're like, you're waiting in line for cupcakes? Oh, yeah, they're real good.
Waiting in line for buy one, get one, too, is a wild move. Now, Homer, staying on the subject of things you'd be willing to do and money, we learned yesterday that Ben Brust is not going to Frank Kaminsky's wedding. Sadly, none of Kaminsky's former Badger
I saw
teammates.
Douye Dukin made an appearance.
Oh, Douye was there. So you got one former teammate who went to the wedding. And Ben basically was it was too expensive. For you, Homer, would you ever not go to a wedding for one of your best friends because it's too expensive? Now, it's in Cabo, so it's in Mexico. I'm sure at a very nice place. You said it was $1,000 a night for the hotel.
Yep.
There's no way it's $1,000 a night. It's not $1,000 a night in heaven. There's no way it's $1,000 a night.
Do you want me to send you the link?
What do you mean? That's not that. It's not that crazy.
$1,000 a night is the only option?
Well, if you want to stay at the resort where the wedding is, and I'm sure as an NBA guy, he's getting married at a very nice exclusive resort.
Well, fine. Then I have to adjust that accordingly. Rule 1 is this. I have to be there. I have to be there. And then I work from there. And whatever I have to do to be there depends on how much money I want to save, but I have to be there.
You sound more interested in being at this wedding than you did for Dwayne Wade's.
You can say that, but Homer's paying his way to go to
Homer ain't paying his Homer ain't paying his way. Dwayne Wade's got him hooked up.
I'm not Dwayne Wade's one of the best friends. No. Yes. This is five.
You might be
Dwayne
closer
Wade.
than Dwayne Wade and me and Frank Kaminsky after his wedding.
Then if that's the case, then the discussion can end, because that's not what I thought. If that's the case, then hell,
No,
I'm not going.
it's definitely not the case. It's definitely not the case. I don't know why I'm inserting myself into the conversation, because then I just start feeling guilt and shame. And
if you were to get married next week, would Frank be in your wedding?
It's over. You messed up, so you just move on.
It's over. You messed up.
You just
Move on.
Yeah. I mean, you messed up.
It's true. You could have gone there and stayed at a different hotel.
I think I can make up for
whatever
it.
I have to do. I would have done anything to help you. We get a committee of 5 to get it at a price that you're comfortable with, or whatever. You like that, because that's what it is. I have to be there. Now maybe I'm overrating the friendship that the two of you have.
You're not.
But you can make it up to him some way. It's not as bad as the lady next to the old lady that you were meet to. I mean, that's worse. That's top of the list.
Can I say something about my neighbor Homer? Now that she's fully healthy, she's lurking. She's in the mailbox, like.
In your mailbox?
Yeah, she was looking for a check, and I was like, I got one time, and I delivered it. She's kind of nosy, and I'm not a fan.
All right. Okay. No, you've recovered on that one. I mean, no, you've taken care of your end of the donkey on that. But, I mean, it doesn't take away initially just how historically mean you were. But yeah, you're okay. There's nothing you could tell me that would make me defend what you originally did. So it's a good try on your half, but it doesn't. You're okay on that one.
Is it a good try that I was mean to an old lady, and then my way of thinking I'm going to move on from the conversation is calling the old lady annoying
and nosy?
Yeah, it's a good try. Yeah, you don't need help in that regard anymore. You've recovered nicely, and then I'm sure you'll do the same with Frank.
Yeah, and I plan on recovering nicely here. And I do want to talk to you, Homer, because you probably shared the same excitement as me, unless it was fake, which I don't think it is from you. The Brewers play the Reds 3 games before the All-Star break, and then they come out of the All-Star break and play the Reds. How big are these 2 series? Because, look, the trade deadline's coming, All-Star break. This is a big deal. The Reds have won either 20 out of 24 or 21 of the last 25. I just can't remember when I saw that stat, if it was before they played or after they played yesterday.
Yeah, it's hard to do that in baseball because there's so many games. We always said every game is raisin and trail mix. It's just one game out of 162. But there's an extra added because they're battling, and also because nobody knew that Cincinnati would be this good. So I have a curiosity to watch them play. But yeah, it's the most entertaining series of the season so far, and then the 4 more, but it's hard to oversell anything about baseball in that regard because they just play too many games. I mean, they could lose all 7 and still win the division.
Yeah, and I think that when you look at what the Reds team is, I still don't know if they're as good as they've been playing. They're just on a hot streak right now, and baseball is such a momentum-driven sport. If the Brewers can curb that a little bit, it feels like that could be detrimental to what Cincinnati is building.
I mean, the Pirates were the hottest team in the Central for 1.2.
Yeah, but they got young guys, and young guys that might be really good. Like, I remember when this kid Abbott pitched, he was a lefty. I think it was his major league debut. Well, I thought, damn, they should.
I remember that.
Trying to get him, but so this is also wondering how good their young players are. But yeah,
also young guys tend to be a little bit more. I would say. That's what I'm looking for when when things are good. Front runners. They're going to be a little bit more front running.
Yeah,
when things are good, things are good. In 162 games, you can take some bumps. You're probably going to take bigger bumps. So right now, they're riding the wave. And I think the one thing I will say about the Brewers is they have been pretty resilient through the first half of the season. They're still in the mix, and that's all you want from this Brewers team. Despite all the injuries they have, they are in the mix. They're not a top 5 team in baseball, but they're in the mix, and that's where you need them to be.
Right, so they're somewhat surprising in a different way as Cincinnati. The in the mix is reflective of their manager. But Craig Counsell's just a machine. I don't know how you continue to do this day after day after day after day after day and never get bored for a game. He's played the same way as a player. Like there's a mentality there that I'm incapable of. I don't, and yet it's the key to. That's why they're like that. They never get too down when they're playing poorly, and that's all reflective of him because they got a number of unknowns too with guys that we don't know, or then this guy's hurt, and the bullpen changes every second game, and Woodruff is still hurt, so they're surprising too in a different way.
Talking with Homer here on Scalzo and Brust across ESPN.
Oh, by the way, can I announce something publicly?
I'd love to.
I'm hoping it's not the end, but I have to admit I'm worried. I walked into a woman's restroom at Summerfest for the first time in my life. I've never walked.
Hey, I did that too, Homer.
On purpose?
No, it's confusing. Is it right around our trailer?
Yes.
Yes, I walked in there too. I was like, oh, wrong place.
Well, I walked in and I noticed there are no urinals, and the first thing I thought is, oh my God, the world's gone to hell. Like, we got men's bathrooms now, and there are no urinals. And then a lady walks in, and she gives me a look, and I thought, I think I need to go on the show and thank transgenders, or whatever you said. Like, because I think 10 years ago she'd have been screaming, ah! No, she just looked at me, and I thought, I think this might be a women's restroom. And I couldn't believe it because I couldn't believe that, like, how did you do that? Then I walked out and I go, oh, because I walked in the entrance was the exit, So yeah, it's weird, but man, that was, and I had come to the first conclusion: the country's gone to hell because the men's room no longer have urinals. I thought, wow. But
I'm sure you ran out of there very quickly. Homer, Tom Oates was talking on Wilde and Tausch about his concern that Wisconsin football isn't recruiting as well in state, and that the backbone of the program are Wisconsin recruits, and they still should be. Are you concerned at all about the way that Luke Fickell, who added another 4-star kid today, who announced his commitment to Wisconsin, are you concerned at all about the recruiting practices of the Badger football team?
No, I'm not concerned. I am curious, and OT has the history. It just seems odd, but no. When you look at the other things that people that are coming in, I don't. It's so. Am I concerned? No. I said I think they'll play in a national championship game within 5 years, and everything about it is big time in every way, and the quality and the locations and everybody that's coming into Wisconsin. It's I would love to ask Barry Alvarez privately. Certainly it's the exact opposite of his approach, but the reason it's his approach is he appropriately thought there's no way we can get those guys. Mm-hmm. And apparently it seems that they're now capable of getting kids from anywhere in the country, right?
That's how it's been so far during this 2024 recruiting cycle. Absolutely.
Right. So if you're not getting anybody from around the country and you're not getting in-state kids, then I got concerns. But given all the recruiting that has occurred, I will say that it's different, and I'd be curious as to why it's actually occurring. But the level of talent on the Wisconsin football team is going to be higher than it's ever been. Not necessarily this year. It might even be this year, but in another year or two.
Thank you, Homer. Watch out for the bathrooms.
It won't happen again. Bye.
Bye, Homer. Benny, tell us about the work you've been doing with Maddie at the Princeton Club.
Well, it's been amazing because I'm not going to lie. When I 4th of July week and weekend, it tends to be like brats, burgers, hot dogs, and I love them all. And I love them too much, where I was, probably having 2 meals in one. I got right back at it. I did a workout yesterday, workout on Wednesday. We're doing an extra workout tomorrow, 9 a.m. Can't wait to get after it, some good rest. I love my guy Matty because he's pushing me to be better. And that's what you find at the Prince Club, whether it's a personal trainer or the vibe, the atmosphere, the people there, the equipment they offer, the workout classes they offer, the basketball courts, the tennis courts, the pools. I mean, they have everything at all these different locations. The functional strength training area, not to mention you have free childcare with your membership. So you can drop off their kids, they watch your kids, you pump some iron or do whatever you need to do. Cleanest health clubs in Wisconsin. Join the Princeton Club for a better tomorrow. It's made me better, and I can't wait to continue doing so.
1-0 coming up next. That's Scalzo and Brust live from Summerfest. We're presented by Michelob Ultra.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
It just is a sad feeling around the Scalzo and Brust Super Bowl 56 train because we want to ban people who don't believe. You didn't believe. I still don't think you believe.
No, I do believe.
I think you like to say that you believe, but I know now that you don't because all you would have had to do is read a book.
So what if I told you I could do you better than reading a book?
Scalzo and Brust.
I'd tell you to go bleep yourself.
Scalzo and Brust. Available anywhere you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Slowing along southbound 43, stretching from Good Hope Road all the way down to about Locust, the northbound side, from Locust up past Kiev. An accident eastbound 94 at 68th Street is going to be affecting your ride. We're seeing backups basically out of the zoo interchange, pretty solid all the way past 68. At 894 southbound, we're seeing delays just south of Greenfield Avenue down and around the Hale interchange. Does not let up until you get well past Forest Home. Then you're okay heading into the Mitchell interchange. Traffic is brought to you by the Golden Mast Inn. Enjoy a private gondola ride on Okachi Lake now through August 13th. Learn more and schedule your ride at goldenmastin.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, mostly cloudy. Showers are likely with a low of 62 tomorrow. Chance of showers mainly early, then becoming partly cloudy, a high of 74. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
The only diamond more valuable than colorless
is the diamond that is colorful. Pink, yellow, and blue.
In 2016, Christie's Auction House sold a 14-karat blue diamond for $56 million.
That's $4 million a carat.
In 2022, Sotheby's Auction House sold an 11-karat pink diamond for $57 million.
That's more than $5 million a carat.
These diamonds were born when the Earth was born.
They come from the heart of the Earth.
But now there are also pink, yellow, and blue diamonds that were born when you were falling in love.
These created diamonds come from the fiery heart of a miniature sun blazing inside a plasma chamber. Hot, hot, hot.
Pink, yellow, and blue.
Your colorful 1-carat wonder awaits you for $12,000 or less.
Your colorful 3/4 carat miracle awaits you for $8,000 or less.
Get them while you can. Welcome to Kessler's.
To find the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Woo! I am thirsty today. Definitely gonna need a cold one. There's the one. I'm back again with our guy, Mark Butera, the owner of Oso Brewing Company. And in my hand is a can of their Picnic Ants beer, which is making a comeback.
So a friend of ours, years ago, we made this beer, like the last time was like 2016 that we made this beer. And this beer is so flavorful, and for a hot summer day, it's a Belgian style, it's a saison, so it's this really easy, light drinking, but tons of flavor. It's thirst quenching, it's very thin, so it like drinks easy. And then on the label, you got these ants that are having a picnic. What's a picnic without ants, right? So like there's picnic ants right there.
Thanks again to Mark for telling us all about the return of Oso's Picnic Ants Brew. And remember, no matter what can of Oso is in there, the fridge better be stocked.
We all know the headlines, and we know the future. But what's really to come in the 2023 season for the green and gold?
Once everybody just gets rolling, gets comfortable with offense and being where they need to be every play, that the sky's the limit for us.
It's a special State of the Packers on Saturday at noon. Join Gabe Neitzel, Alex Strofe, and of course Jason Wilde as they take a deep dive into all the latest happenings in Titletown. State of the Packers, live from the Kruber Law Office's Sports Zone at Summerfest. Saturday at noon, right here on 94.5 ESPN.
Oh, you forgot to clean out your backpack since school ended? Oh, rotten.
Let's make our windows.
Well, You make a great point. Tell you what, let's clean out your backpack and then
While we can't do anything about rotten lunches, Pello's lifetime warranty on wood windows and doors makes it so that you'll never have to worry about rotting windows again. Right now at Pello Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, make payments as low as $35 per month per window and $78 per patio door. Visit PelloWI.com.
Live from the Gruber Law Office's Sports Zone at Summerfest on 94.5 ESPN.
I wish I knew you wanted me. I wish I knew. I wish I knew you wanted me. I wish I knew. I wish I knew you wanted me.
We are live at Summerfest at Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra. Ben Brust, Greg Scalzo hanging out here. We got Joshy DiMaggio running the show back at the Gruber Law Office's One Call. That's All Studios at the 3rd Street Market Hall in downtown Milwaukee. Colin Russo holding it down at the Everlight Solar Studios downtown off the Capitol Square in Madison. Joshy, it's just past 4:30. Time to play a little 1 or 0.
Are you a 1 or a 0? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Are you a yes or a no?
There's no such thing as a gray area. Life is binary. It's just a 1 or a 0.
Ben Brust, Greg Scalzo, we're your contestants for 1 or 0. Josh DiMaggio, your host. He asks us a question. We say 1 for yes, 0 for no. There is no gray area. Joshy, take it away.
When asked about a security guard slapping Britney Spears when she approached him from behind, Victor Wembanyama made it abundantly clear he has no idea who Britney Spears is. 1 or 0. Victor should know who Britney is.
1. She's the queen of pop. Like, what are we doing here, Victor? Also, I think it's Wembanyama, isn't it?
I've gone back and forth. I don't know. I've heard it both ways.
Just say Wemby, Josh.
Well, there's an M there. It's not an N before the last day.
I thought it was an N before the last day.
No, it's an M there, I believe.
Don't ask me.
Anyway, Vic, Big Vic, yeah, you got to know who Britney Spears is. I know he grew up in France, but Britney Spears was a global icon for a very long time.
She was a global icon when he was dead, or not dead, when he wasn't even a thought in his parents' mind.
What are you talking about? You don't think Britney Spears was popular in 2013 when he was 10 years old?
No. No way.
You're the worst person to comment on this because you don't know anybody who made an impact on the
I know
world.
Britney. Trust me, I know Britney.
All right, so this is akin to you not knowing who Madonna was when you were 22 years old.
Yeah, I knew Madonna. But she was in America. Tell me somebody from overseas that I should have known.
But American pop music is way more prolific worldwide than non-American pop music. You know what I mean?
I guess, but like, Toxic came out in 2003. That was 20 years ago.
It's an all-time weird story. I need to learn more. I need to see video footage. Like, there's something weird going on here.
There is
Hit Me Baby One More Time was 98.
Video surface, Joshy?
Yes. And
all right, I want to hear the Josh take on this because you know Josh has studied this up far more than we have. What happened? Who's to blame?
The video is from behind, and you can see a woman approaching, running up behind. And I believe the story originally was she tugged on Victor's shirt. But from what I saw, she did not. She just got close, and the security guard clearly didn't see her coming and then just kind of batted her away. I couldn't tell if he hit her hand or her face or what happened.
Yeah, to me, Josh, it looked like when he batted her hand away that kind of jerked her hand towards her face, and that's why people have been saying she got hit in the face.
Yeah, that security guard should be arrested. You can't do that. You can't do that. She's Britney Spears.
She can't just run up like
a national treasure. She can do whatever she wants. She's Britney.
It's Britney.
She's Britney. I just want to say
Yeah, we know. 1 or 0. You will pretend to know someone if they clearly know you.
1.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's just called being polite.
Yeah. You don't want to break somebody's heart.
All right, here's another question. 1 or 0. You've known people for multiple years without knowing their name.
1.
Absolutely.
And I'm great buds with them.
In fact,
Doreen.
We just had Doreen on yesterday for the third straight year of Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust, their special edition of Summerfest Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust. And
she shows up in person to play that game, and Greg goes, get her on the air. And I didn't run out of the trailer to go get her, so Josh, you probably heard it. I was awkward. I was like, hey, can you get on?
And she's not turning around because Ben didn't know her name.
And Greg wrote on my paper, name, question
I knew
mark?
her name the whole time. I knew his story. I'm great with names.
A new survey found that of all generations, those born between 1981 and 1995, i.e. millennials, are the biggest culprits of lying in the workplace and on social media.
Hogwash.
Zero. Sometimes you have to lie at work.
I mean, zero. I think honesty is the best policy. I think Greg can attest to that, working with a millennial like myself for 6 years. I think I embody everything opposite of what this study has shown.
I'll say this, that the younger people get, the more willing, the younger workers continue to get more and more willing to stretch the truth. So my guess is the study just was done a while ago, because as you get into the next generation post-millennial, I think you're going to find that they stretch the truth even more than the millennials do. But the millennials are caught between this weird place where, like, I will say, what do we call them? The Gen X? Who's the
Gen Z.
Gen Zers? They're willing to just more to your face be like, yeah, like I'm
not doing anything.
I'm not doing anything. Like I'm watching TV at work versus like somebody like a millennial who at least feels like they should be doing the right thing. So maybe it is the millennials. You're kind of caught between that, like, we should do the right thing, but we're not, and so we'll lie about it a little bit. Whereas this next generation is just like, yeah, I shouldn't have to work 40 hours in order to live. I shouldn't have to work. Like, why do I have to work in order to live? Like, this should be handed to me. We talked to a Gen Zer a couple of weeks ago at Summerfest, who says, yeah, I don't think I should have to leave my couch. I just make videos online and make money that way.
Just shake your butt.
Yeah.
That
was the line that she gave us.
1 or 0. Effective lying is a necessary life skill.
0. I think that people who lie ultimately aren't smart enough to figure out how their reality coalesces with the reality around them. Like, generally when somebody lies, they're just not good enough at finding how what they want to do or want to say actually works in the favor of the person they're talking to.
That was very inquisitive of you.
I don't think that's the word you were looking for.
Not the right one.
All right, then I'm not
Profound,
answering.
philosophical.
Greg should be a professor. He should be a professor.
Do you disagree with what I'm saying, Josh?
No, I don't. I do think there are times, and I think you would agree, where lying is necessary to an extent, but if it becomes like your go-to, that's not really the right way to go about it. And you can
if you're smart enough, you can find ways around things without ever actually lying.
Yeah.
Just have to put it back into your court, you know?
The way that makes me think, though, is like Aaron Rodgers and how he does lies of omission, where it's not quite a lie, but it's not quite the truth. That's where my brain goes immediately.
Yeah, it's smarter than him just coming out and directly lying, right?
I guess if you want to call it that. That's all I got for 1 or 0 today.
Wow. A lot of social media stuff on 1 or 0's back-to-back days.
Yeah,
here,
Joshy, big social guy.
Joshy social.
It's been a bad week. Everyone's still got vacation brain. The stories just aren't really coming out.
Well, everyone's got vacation brain, or
no? After the White House cocaine scandal, there's really been nothing new. People are really fixated on that.
You didn't ask us anything about that.
I did.
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
Oh, were you not on the show?
No, I was there. I was there yesterday, yes. No, that's a good point. Scalzo and Brust live from Summerfest. We are presented by Michelob Ultra. Ben Brust, Greg Scalzo here, hanging out right next to the beautiful Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, 620 WTMJ Mobile Studio. So I got to tell you about Gina Dell and the fantastic team that she has at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Look, the house I'm at right now, some of the windows are rotting on the outside. I would have never noticed, but when I had Joe Franco come over, he's touching it. Oh, yeah, you see a little bit of rot there. Sure, yeah, this has been painted over. Yeah, you'd never know. It looks good over on the outside, but it's starting to rot. And I asked him, I'm like, okay, well, then what do you do? Like, if you have wood windows through Pella, and he was, stop right there. Pella, you don't have to worry about the rotting. It's why Pella backs up what their product is with the best wood warranty in the industry to prove it. They're so confident in the craftsmanship of each window and door, they have the best wood warranty in the industry. And right now, you can make payments as low as $35 per month per window and $78 per patio door. Go to PellaWI.com/radio, PellaWI.com/radio to see how you can enjoy the fabulous warranty, but even more so, the fabulous craftsmanship, the customized craftsmanship, the incredible service, the incredible A to Z experience you get from working with the fantastic folks at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Trust me, they did one project for me on my older home, replacing all the windows and doors. One project on my house that I live in now, busting out some windows, putting in beautiful patio doors, and now they're at it again. Go to PellaWI.com/radio or stop by their experience center in Brookfield or on the Beltline in Madison. PellaWI.com/radio. We need caller 6 and caller 9. Caller 6, caller 9. We have a special edition of Over Under coming up next here on Scalzo and Brust. Caller number 6, Josh DiMaggio is going to give you a category. We don't know what it is. He'll give you an over-under line as well of the correct answers that Ben and I will get within 10 guesses within 3 minutes. You say over or under depending on how much you believe in us. Caller number 10, caller number 9, you're stuck on the other side. Again, 800-990-ESPN, 800-990-3776. Caller 6, caller 10. No, caller 6, caller 9. Excuse me. That's what I said initially, right, Josh?
Yes, caller 6, correct. Caller 9. And the winner's going to win 4 single-day tickets to either July 13th through the 16th WeatherTech International Challenge or the NASCAR Xfinity Race July 27th through the 29th. That's 4 single-day tickets. Pretty great value when I look at the dollar amount there. You're going to win Road America tickets to go to one of those 2 great races. So over-under presented by Road America.
Vroom, vroom. That's what it's about. Call us right now, 800-990-ESPN. Over-under coming up next on Scalzo and Brust, live from Summerfest. We're presented by Mick Ultra.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
Because what I did over the last 3 months was not good enough to win the spring session. So back to the drawing board, like I'll do with Maddie. We just scanned
the spring session too. You had 25% chance of winning. Like, that's amazing.
Hey, can I please talk about how I'm going to get better for the summer session?
Explaining this league, didn't you think there's like a dozen teams at least, Joshy?
If you go to the casino, you'd be rich with those odds.
You guys are really breaking me down. I hope you know that.
Scalzo and Brust. Available anywhere you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
The Club at Lac La Belle is the birthplace of golf in Wisconsin, with a rich history you will feel once you arrive. Experience a round at the Club at Lac La Belle. The redesigned course is open to the public 7 days a week. Schedule your tee time today at clubatlaclabelle.com. This is a golf destination that you will want to play over and over again, and enjoy fine dining and event space after your round. An historic past meets a vibrant future. Go to clubatlaclabelle.com to start your journey.
Football Guy.
If that is the case, Tuesday is amazing because you get a free bonus square day off.
Football Guy.
Why is the Friday after Thanksgiving off, but the day before our independence isn't off?
Coming at it from different views. Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by Coors Light. Weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN. And available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance because you'll feel protected no matter how the wind blows. All so you can keep enjoying the home of your dreams. And our expert agents can help you save up to 23% when you bundle home with auto. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. American Family Insurance. Get a quote? Find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Keep the good times rolling every Sunday with GKB founder and CEO Craig Karmazin on Sunday Karma.
No rump shaking. Did you say that off the air, Kyle? You gotta say that on the air.
It was not rump shaking. It was not anything inappropriate. It just was totally irrelevant.
Sunday Karma with Craig Karmazin.
Because isn't that how GMs get chosen, right? You trade up, in my opinion, cost the team a chance to win a championship.
Sundays from 10 to noon on ESPN Wisconsin.
Welcome in. This is WTMJ's Brandon Snide here with Leslie Smith from Wisconsin Harley-Davidson in Oconomowoc. Leslie, thank you for joining me today.
Hi, Brandon.
120 years, Leslie. That is what Harley-Davidson is celebrating this summer with the homecoming rally. Can you believe it? 120 years?
I don't think I can, really, but we're in the heat of it, and we're getting prepared for all the fun.
And when you say preparing for the fun, you definitely are preparing for the fun. Can you give me some of those details? When does it start? What does it run through? How many vendors? How many bands? What you got coming to Wisconsin Harley-Davidson?
Boy, do we have the fun planned for you, Wisconsin. So July 13th it starts, goes till July 16th. Hours of operation are 10 a.m. to 11 p.m., Thursday to Saturday. Sunday, we're open from 10 a.m. until 8 p.m., but 23 bands, over 45 vendors, plus, of course, motorcycles. Tons of them. We are actually moved our showroom outside, so we have tons of space. We actually commandeered, luckily, with a good partnership with Dock Hounds next door, so there's tons of parking. I mean, it's a place to be.
And you don't have to be a rider, correct? You can go out there. It's a party for everybody. We're celebrating Wisconsin history here.
Yes, exactly. This is a very family-friendly event, which that's the part I love about this and Harley-Davidson in general, is it's not about whether you're a rider or not a rider. This might get you come in and you look around and, wow, hey, I like that motorcycle. I think I'm going to take a class with the Riding Academy.
Or if you're like me, you walk out with a Harley. Leslie Smith, thank you for joining me. For all the info, go to WISHD.com. Wisconsin Harley-Davidson, your destination dealer.
It's Scalzo and Brust on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it.
Summerfest, Ben Brust, Greg Scalzo. You, the Scalzo and Brust family, calling, texting 800-990-ESPN, 800-990-3776. Josh and DiMaggio on the ones and twos. Short week. Everything's been shuffled up. We're at Summerfest. It's pure chaos. That means it's a Friday edition of Over Under coming up right now.
Will the guys hit the over, or will they disappoint like they usually do? It's time for Over Under on Scalzo and Brust.
Every week, Josh DiMaggio picks a category. We don't know what it is. He applies an over-under line. We don't know what that is either for the amount of correct answers that Ben and I will get out of 10 guesses within 3 minutes. However, caller number 6 was Mitch in a car. Mitch didn't believe in us. He took the under.
Loser.
That means the Mark from New Berlin is on the over.
What? We got to help Mark in New Berlin?
Caller number 9.
Should we throw the game?
Winner wins fantastic tickets from our friends at Road America.
Got 2 great events. One next weekend, the WeatherTech International Challenge, or I will be at the NASCAR Xfinity race on July 29th. So, man, if I have to see Mark in New Berlin there, that would suck.
So without further ado, Joshua, what do we got for a category and a line?
I am looking for the 10 active MLB leaders in home runs. The over-under is 6.5.
You're saying active career home runs?
Yes, correct. Yes, for all their career, the most all together every season they've played.
That made it tougher.
I'm going to start the countdown in 3, 2, 1.
Come on, you can get one here off the top.
Of course I can. I'm just blanking.
Miguel Cabrera, final answer.
Miggy.
Miggy is first with 508.
What about, like, Bellinger?
I don't think Bellinger has done it long enough. Do you want me to keep rolling here?
Sure.
Nelson Cruz, for sure.
Nelson Cruz is second with 464.
I think I got the next one. Stanton's hit some bombs.
Stanton or Judge? I don't know. What do you think? Stanton or Judge? Or do you think they're both on there?
I wouldn't be shocked if they're both on the list. I mean, like, Stanton's done it longer.
All right, we'll go Stanton next. Final answer.
Stanton's third on the list with 385.
The Brewers play the Cincinnati Reds.
Oh, Votto's got to be on
Thank
there.
you very much.
Votto, final answer.
Votto is fifth with 347.
I mean, we got to take Mike Trout, right? I was kind of waiting for that to be like at the end.
Oh, yeah, Shohei's leading the league this year, but in terms of longevity, Mike Trout. Final.
Mike Trout's fourth. 5 for 5.
What about former Diamondback? I just was at Busch Stadium, watched him play, Gold Glove first baseman.
I don't know.
You don't know?
You think Goldie?
Goldie.
You think he's done it long enough?
I mean, was he with the D-backs? And
he was good with the D-backs.
It's hard for me not. I mean, when I think of power, I think of Goldie.
All right, you can go Goldschmidt. Final answer.
Goldie.
Paul Goldschmidt is seventh on the list with 330.
Let's go. What's the over/under? Because we have 6 right now, right?
You need one more. It's 6.5.
Let's go Bryce Harper. Final answer. Oh, really?
Bryce Harper is 14th on the list.
No Bryce. Okay. What about Kutch?
Kutch has a longevity play where I like in the back pocket. I think we back pocket Kutch. I thought of the former Atlanta
30
Brave
seconds.
Stud for the
Freddie Freeman. Final answer. That's who you're talking about, right?
Yep.
There it is.
Is that a kid?
Is ninth, and that is you guys hit the over.
Congratulations to Mark in New Berlin.
Oh, shoot. We helped Mark in New Berlin by winning.
That is true.
I haven't told you yet, but that's not that Mark in New Berlin.
Oh,
It's just
okay,
a
that's
different
better.
one. Yeah.
Congratulations to that Mark in New Berlin, not the official clown of the Scalzo and Brust family.
Can you give us the list, Joshy? 1 through 10?
Yes, it's Miguel Cabrera, Nelson Cruz, Giancarlo Stanton, Mike Trout, Joey Votto, Evan Longoria, still playing baseball.
Sneaky.
Paul Goldschmidt, Nolan Arenado, Freddie Freeman, and then J.D. Martinez, and Andrew McCutchen is 11th on that list. You would have been just...
Arenado makes sense being in Colorado. Ball flies, out there in the Rocky Mountains.
Benny Fake Baseball Guy.
4 tickets to Mark in New Berlin.
I will say you are a real racing guy.
I mean, I am a real racing guy.
You're a fake baseball guy, but you're a real racing guy.
I'm fine being a fake baseball guy. I really enjoy watching baseball this summer. I love the pitch clock and what they've done, but I love Road America and the July 13th through 16th WeatherTech International Challenge is next weekend. You also have the NASCAR race coming, Xfinity Series, July 27th through the 29th. But you can bring out the entire family this weekend because the Trans Am Speed Tour is live. And just think about kids 16 and under getting free with a paying adult at the gate. So get your tickets at roadamerica.com. That's roadamerica.com. So many great events in the first half of the season, and now the second half is here. Enjoy July. Enjoy Road America, and I will see you there.
800-990-ESPN, 800-990-3776. Match Neidman yesterday talked about the Packers making the playoffs, but doing so on the strength of the running game in defense. What year is it? We'll find out next. It's Scalzo and Brust live from Summerfest. Back in 2 minutes. We're presented by Michelob Ultra.
Your delays along southbound 43, really a headache right now, just south of Brown Deer Road, all the way down past Locust. The northbound side is slowing from North Avenue up to Keefe. eastbound 94 on and off the brakes, basically from Highway 67 all the way through to about Calhoun. Then you're going to slow down once again from Elm Grove Road all the way to about Hawley Road, where we have those big delays there. Southbound on 894 also slow from Greenfield down and around the Hale interchange. Traffic is brought to you by the Lake Country Dock Hounds in Oconomowoc. Enjoy a family-friendly baseball experience in Lake Country where summer nights last longer. Go to dockhounds.com to get tickets. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, mostly cloudy, chance of showers, likely a low of 62. Tomorrow, chance of showers, mainly early, becoming partly cloudy, a high of 74. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazagon, 94.5 ESPN.
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local convenience store today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Magoo's on the Mound is your game day headquarters. Located on 59th and Blue Mound, just minutes from the ballpark. Magoo's has food options for everyone and a vast selection of craft beers and cocktails. Enjoy some drinks and watch all the games with your buds. Or stay entertained with pool, darts, trivia, poker, or live music. Plus, Magoo's on the Mound offers plenty of free parking and shuttles to all home games for the crew. Check out their food and drink menu as well as upcoming events at magoo's.biz. That's magoo's.biz.
Hey, this is Tony Smith. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
For your sports talk fix every day from 4 to 6, it's Scalzo and Brust. For your sports talk fix every day from 4 to 6, it's Scalzo and Brust. For your sports talk fix every day from 4 to 6, it's Scalzo and Brust. For your sports talk fix every day from 4 to 6, it's Scalzo and Brust.
Live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue.
It's a party, baby.
This is Scalzo and Brust.
Woo.
Presented by Michelob Ultra.
It's a party, baby.
On 94.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
It's a party, baby. Woo. It's a party, baby.
Live from Summerfest, we're presented by Michelob Ultra. He's Ben Brust. I'm Greg Scalzo. You, the Scalzo and Brust family, calling, texting 800-990-3776, 800-990-ESPN. Action-packed first hour. Thanks to Homer for joining us. A little 1-0, a little over-under, but was able to go back, listen to some of the Matt Schneidman car wash that went through ESPN Milwaukee yesterday, and was interested to hear him say this on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, backing up his belief that the Packers are going to make the playoffs this year, and he gives his reason why. Here's Schneids on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy yesterday.
If the Packers make the playoffs, and I think they're going to go 10-7 and make the playoffs, the reasons being are because Rashawn Gary's healthy and their pass rush got home, and because they let the running game work with arguably the best offensive line in football. So if we're sitting here a couple months from now and say, why are the Packers in the playoffs? Why did they win the division even maybe? I don't think we're sitting here saying, oh, it's because Jordan Love threw for 45 touchdowns and only had 6 interceptions. I think it's because Jordan Love played well, but the Packers leaned into their strengths.
That Matt Schneidman talking about leaning into their strengths. And I'll say this. It's a lot easier to win because your quarterback, that one person, is just so special that it elevates your team. It's how they've won for the last 30 years with Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. It's a lot harder when you have to say, you know what? The other 52 guys on the roster, or the other 45 guys on the game day roster, they're all so good that we don't win because of our quarterback. We win because of everybody else.
Yeah, look, I pushed Schneid's on this a little bit yesterday as he really is bullish about the defense, despite also saying that Joe Barry should likely not have been brought back as the defensive coordinator and the loyalty that Matt LaFleur has for him. But I just don't see it. And a big part of that is I understand how great Rashawn Gary can be, but it's a lot to rely on coming off of his ACL injury. Preston Smith, solid. You also have Lucas Van Ness, but again, Rashawn Gary, year one, I remember everyone was like, he hasn't done anything. And then next thing you know, I'll call the Greg Scalzo callback. You said Rashawn Gary's going to have a big year. And the guy that you pointed out this year that I think has that Rashawn Gary type vibes for you is Quay Walker.
Yeah.
And so, again, I'm just not as bullish that the pass rush can be consistently good for 17 games with Rashawn Gary coming off injury. Then moving to the next thing, the running game.
Well, I'll say that real quick before you get into in order for them to have a pass rush this year, not even a great pass rush, a pass rush, Quay Walker is going to have to be your best pass rusher. You're going to have to treat him like the Dallas Cowboys treated Micah Parsons last year. Line him up in different positions, let him chase the quarterback like a chicken with his head cut off, and live with some of the mistakes that are going to happen with contain, but you're going to have that be Quay Walker because Preston Smith, good at setting the edge, right? He's good at maintaining that. He's a good run defender. He's solid all the way around. But, he's not somebody that is known for getting after the quarterback, and I think Quay Walker can do that.
And I think you'd agree with me, Greg. I actually think Matt Schneidman's prediction of 10-7 might actually be worse if they find out Jordan Love is good and have a way worse record. Because, making the playoffs and actually having a worse pick next year may not help them as much long-term other than maybe learning to win. But if they're 10-7 and they're not doing it, he says not because of Jordan Love, but because of the strengths, the defense, and the run game, I don't know if that really helps the Packers as much as them knowing that Jordan Love's the guy, having a worse record, and potentially having two really good picks next year. So I'm actually... I don't believe in his prediction of 10-7, and I don't actually think it's going to be that good if it happens the way that he predicts it for the franchise moving forward.
Now, you were going to talk about the run game, too, because obviously the run game is a strength. The defense is a bigger question mark. Offensively, you're going to have to lead with your two best playmakers who are going to be the two running backs.
And that's great, and I think A.J. Dillon will have a bounce-back season, but a bounce-back season for A.J. Dillon isn't going to be something where I'm like, oh my gosh, you got to re-sign this guy to a big deal. He's A.J. Dillon. He loves Wisconsin. He loves Door County. He's going to break a couple tackles, give you those first downs that get Lambeau Field all excited because the offensive line's pushing with A.J. Dillon, and it's going to be fun, but that's not something I want to rely on long-term. Aaron Jones is the playmaker. Right? Aaron Jones is going to be the guy, but if they're winning because of the offensive line and the run game, and they're 10-7, and you're like, okay, great. As I think Josh and I were talking about, that means you're the Tennessee Titans. That's not good. They were Ryan Tannehill away from actually winning an AFC champ, a real quarterback away from winning an AFC championship. Having a good run game and defense, getting you to a place where you actually don't win a Super Bowl, isn't that great of a strategy. So I don't love the Matt Schneidman prediction of the strengths being the run game and the defense is how they get to 10-7. I don't think that helps the Packers that much moving forward.
800-990-ESPN, 800-990-3776. It is a throwback. It's what people would have said 10, 15 years ago is, hey, you got to have a good run game. The run game will open up the pass game. You have to have a great defense in order to win it all. It's not how NFL is anymore. However, if you're really good at anything individually, it's still going to help you win games.
Yeah, exactly.
And we'll see exactly what that looks like coming up in the 2023 season for the Green Bay Packers.
You got to make throws at the end of the day. At some point, you have to be able to make big throws if you're going to be a true competitor and win a Super Bowl.
And we still don't know if Jordan Love can do it, but we will certainly find out. And if not him, the insurance, the backup, is going to be Sean Clifford. And speaking of insurance, American Family Insurance. Nobody better to work with when you're talking about home.
They'd have
auto.
you covered better than Sean Clifford.
I wasn't going to go there. But I think AmFam, when it comes to working with them as an AmFam client, the experience is second to none. And the biggest reason why is because you have an agent. You have an American Family Insurance agent, a local agent, somebody you build a relationship with, somebody that's in your community, somebody that you know, so that whether it's you looking for that quote for a homeowner's insurance, looking for that proof of insurance so that you can put an offer on the house, whatever it may be, or really the biggest thing, why you get insurance for when something goes wrong, when you go to submit that claim, you have somebody to ask questions to. You have somebody to get an understanding from. What's an umbrella policy? How much of an umbrella policy do I need? What does this mean? What does that mean? You don't have to call a nameless, faceless 800 number every time you have one of these questions when you work with American Family, and it's a first-time homeowner, you're going to have a lot of questions. So go to amfam.com, find your local American Family Insurance agent, and remember, when you protect both your home and auto with American Family, you can save up to $28. 100%. We'll keep talking Packers. We'll also take a look at Aaron Rodgers and his breakup body. That's next. Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra, live from Summerfest.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
My name is Ben Brust, and I am a Karen.
Scalzo and Brust, available anywhere you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Well, your delays are still pretty brutal along southbound 43 from just about Good Hope Road all the way down to North Avenue. Northbound side's eased up nicely, though. That's good news. It is a little bit heavy on northbound 4394 coming around the Plainfield curve up past the KK River. Eastbound 94 is pretty brutal, basically starting from about Sunny Slope Road all the way through the Stadium Interchange to 27th Street. Traffic is brought to you by the Lake Country Dockhounds in Oconomowoc. Enjoy a family-friendly baseball experience in Lake Country, where summer nights last longer. Go to dockhounds.com to get tickets. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Mostly cloudy. Showers are likely, a low of 62. And tomorrow's chance of showers mainly early, then becoming partly cloudy, a high of 74. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Ugh, your lunch is still in here from the last day of school? Ugh, everything is rotted.
Let's make our windows.
Ugh, did you learn that from Mom?
Yeah.
Well, you make a great point. Tell you what, let's clean out your backpack and then we'll... Precisely.
Well, we can't stop the discovery of those rotting surprises you often find at the bottom of your kid's school backpack. Pella's limited lifetime warranty on wood windows and doors makes it so that you'll never have to worry about rotting windows again. Right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, make payments as low as $35 per window and $78 per patio door. Experience Pella's nearly endless possibilities for maximum design flexibility, featuring dramatic sizes, custom colors, finishes, and more. With Pella's limited lifetime warranty and payments as low as $35 per month per window, $78 per door, there's no reason to wait. Visit PellaWI.com today.
The big gig is back.
Everybody's happy. Summerfest is back. The weather is perfect.
And so are we at the Gruber Law Office's Sports Zone.
I think I got in trouble for talking to people. They said I was mean.
Tune in every weekday to Homer and Tony and Scalzo and Brust, who will be broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's Sports Zone all throughout Summerfest.
Greg Scalzo is here! Hey! 1 minute late.
What I just did was miraculous.
Oh, here we go.
Stop by, say hi, and win prizes all Summerfest long with 94.5 ESPN.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. That's right, folks. Great Lakes Dragway's 2023 race season is in full swing. Come out to see our annual events like Memorial Day Weekend, Labor Day Weekend, Nitro Streetcar Brawl, Import Wars, Larry's Fun Fest, and Bug Fest. Looking for something new and exciting? Come see the Night of Fire Jet Show. Want the track all to yourself? Email or call about a private track rental. Go to GreatLakesDragaway.com for contact information and our full season schedule. Great Lakes Dragaway, just a burnout west of I-94 on County KR. Be there.
Oh, you forgot to clean out your backpack since school ended? Oh, rotten.
Let's make our windows.
Well, you make a great point. Tell you what, let's clean out your backpack and then we'll...
From Pella. Well, we can't do anything about rotten lunches. Pella's lifetime warranty on wood windows and doors makes it so that you'll never have to worry about rotting windows again. Right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, make payments as low as $35 per month per window and $78 per patio door. Visit PellaWI.com.
Wisconsin, are you ready to rally? Be sure to make plans to stop by Wisconsin Harley-Davidson in Oconomowoc during the 120th Homecoming Festival, July 13th through the 16th, with 45 vendors, 23 bands, and of course Harley-Davidsons. You won't want to miss this anniversary. Whether you ride or not, there's always something for everyone at Wisconsin Harley-Davidson. For more info, like and follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and online at WISHD.com. Wisconsin Harley-Davidson, your destination dealer.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it.
I ain't gonna have politically correct. I only wanna have a good time. The best thing about being a woman is the prerogative to have a little fun. Oh, they're totally crazy. Looking at my lady. Men shirt, short skirts.
A little Shania right, Dwayne bringing us back here at Summerfest live at Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra. Ben Brust just going toe-to-toe in an arm wrestling match with one of the fantastic
Kristen, you didn't need to do full name.
Ben, I thought you were going to let the lady win the arm wrestling match.
No, she was so confident that, like, I thought I was being hustled. Like, why was she going to arm wrestle me? And I also been working out, too, so I had to, like, make sure I could, like, win. She's got some great arms. She's in shape. I gotta show her who's boss.
So just you're competitive. That sounded a little... That sounded a little, maybe not the way you meant that to sound right there.
No, it's like I have a fragile ego, and so I needed to win that one. You can tell by looking at me.
Oh,
I open up the door, and they are slamming it.
They are slamming it through. Yes.
We love you, too.
And when it comes to egos and it comes to working out, Ben, you've been very impressed with Aaron Rodgers' breakup body.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, like, he changed his Twitter profile, Greg. You got to check it out. As Aaron Rodgers' #1 supporter, I'm actually really sad that you did not look at it. He's also been lifting, like our great friend Kristen. Like, he looks, do you see that picture?
Yeah, he looks sexy right there.
He's handsome as all get out.
Yeah.
And look, this is not a knock on new Packers quarterback Jordan Love. He is vanilla, and that is a good thing. If I'm a Packers fan, I want Jordan Love to be vanilla because that means he's doing the right things. He's saying the right things. He's not, overstepping. He's being a good teammate. His teammates love him. He's hanging out with guys at Door County. He's doing all the things as a fan that I would want Jordan Love to do. But that being said, it's not interesting at all. And I miss what Aaron Rodgers used to bring. His smile, his smirk, his comments that would piss off the front office, the comments that would make somebody who's a fan mad, the comment that would make somebody think, why did I like this guy for 20 years? Like, I miss everything about him. And even just seeing, like, posts of him lifting, he's got a breakup body. He broke up.
So I didn't know what that means, what that meant. So explain that for all of the people out there who are like me and have no idea what that means.
Oh, it's a breakup body is when you break up, you get in your best shape of your life. And he was with the Packers for 18 years, and he finally is like, you know what? Part of shoving it to Goody is to get in even better shape than I was in with the Packers. Now, whether that is right or wrong from a mentality standpoint, you should probably try and be in best physical condition as somebody making...
For somebody?
Yes, for a team that's paying you $50 million.
Well, here's what I'll take exception to. Maybe the beach muscles look good. Maybe you caught him on a picture.Maybe it was
the veins were popping. It was a right trap. It could have been a right moment picture.
Aaron Rodgers has been in peak physical condition his entire career. Like, this is such a Monday morning quarterback thing for people to be doing and be like, oh, last year he didn't take seriously. Last year. So he has a bad year, and then we revisit that. Nobody during the season was like, hey, Aaron's not in great shape, saying Aaron isn't the guy that, it wasn't the guy that's prepared for the season. Like, nobody was saying it during the season last year, and all of a sudden he has a bad year, and it's because of X. It's because of Y. He wasn't in shape. He wasn't taking things seriously. And, like, what are we doing here? The guy worked hard. He had a bad year last year on the scale of Aaron Rodgers' years. As one of the greatest of all times, yeah, it wasn't a good year for Aaron Rodgers last season. It doesn't mean that he was out of shape.
I'm not saying he was. I'm just saying if he was a 10 last year, he's 11 this year, right? He's just doing – you can still do a little bit extra post-breakup to make yourself look even better. It's all about making your ex jealous. And he called Brian Gutekunst Jerry Krause. You can't call somebody Jerry Krause. Well, allegedly he said this. And then go look like a Jerry Krause. You have to.
Wow.
What?
You just said he looked like Jerry Krause.
No, I'm saying, like, Aaron, you can't call somebody that and then not have a body that isn't up to a standard. Like a certain standard. To me,
well, I don't think he was calling Goody Jerry Krause based on his body type.
I mean, it's probably more so in the way he got rid of Packers players at the end of their career. But there might have been some truth to, Goody enjoying a little too much chilly up in Green Bay.
So the updated gambling odds I have in front of me have Aaron Rodgers at plus 1,400 to win the NFL MVP, tied with Trevor Lawrence and Tua. Ahead of him are 5 quarterbacks: Jalen Hurts, Justin Herbert, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow. Plus 1,400 seems
so
like
much
a good value to me.
Especially because if he's good, if the Jets are good, his odds from taking a bad franchise and making them play well, you're going to get some of that like unbiased energy. Like the media is going to fall in love with a cute story like the Jets would be.
The big concern, however, has to be that he doesn't have the weapon he's familiar with, and he doesn't have the weapon that he is, successful with. And every time, right, he's been an MVP guy, he's had weapons, and he's had guys that he knows, and he has guys that he trusts, and he ultimately is somebody who can make a player great. But I wonder, like, what it could look like next year with him and Garrett Wilson as opposed to this year.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of the equation. I mean, I think that Aaron Rodgers is playing beyond next year.
This year I think so too. Yeah. And I think Aaron Rodgers this year is going to return to MVP form. I would put a little bit of a flyer on a bet like that just in case. I don't think he'll win the MVP, but I think he'll return to elite form. And from everything you hear in training camp of how he's been playing, what he's been doing, the way he's been testing his wide receivers as only Aaron Rodgers does, maybe Patrick Mahomes you could throw in that category as well. I think he is due for a big year. I haven't seen the beach body picture you're speaking of, or the breakup body picture.
I saw it on Threads.
I'm not on Threads. Not a Threads guy yet.
I think you'll dive into it, play around with it, just test the waters a little
bit. You think?
No, but I want to do something because you pull up the NFL MVP odds, and one of the conversations that we've continued to have is like where Jordan Love will be in the NFC picture, right? Tausch said it would be a failure if after his 4th year in the league that Jordan Love isn't a top 5 quarterback in the NFC. And so when I look at the NFL odds, you can see Derek Carr has better MVP odds. Now, I know this isn't an equation to who had a better season, right? Like this is probably who's set up for more success at the quarterback position. Look, we talked about it earlier in the show. The backers are likely going to run the ball a little bit more because that's more of a strength than the young tight ends and wide receivers that they're going to be looking to develop. But there's names like Derek Carr, Geno Smith, Brock Purdy, Trey Lance, same team, but like one of those guys, they're saying if they're inserted into that lineup in San Francisco, they have more weapons to be successful from a passing standpoint. Jared Goff, Justin Fields, they are all above Jordan Love in terms of MVP odds. So that to me is a little bit interesting to see how far behind, even from an odds perspective, he is from, Justin Fields is plus 1,800, Jordan Love's plus 5,000.
Well, we've seen Justin Fields. He rushed for over 1,000 yards. Like, the Jordan Love, there's not a lot of belief there. He's going into the season with what may be, agree or disagree, the youngest wide receiver and tight end group in the history of the NFL. Agree or disagree? Wait, Ben wasn't on that show, was he, Josh?
No, I wasn't, but
confusing.
But you can't disagree with that, right? Isn't that just a fact?
He's all right. I blew it. I could tell right away you didn't understand the inside joke. Homer and Tony on Wednesday polled the audience, agree or disagree on that.
So I'm right. You can't agree or disagree. It's
no,
true.
and then Homer was in that day, and we asked him about it, and he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "I figure if we put it out there, somebody would do the research." I don't know if we have an answer to it yet, but. But the point is that like there's a lot working against him. For some of these guys who've seen it, the Aaron Rodgers piece is going to be a really interesting one because I think whatever he does, again, is going to be in the combination of how good the playmakers are around him. But I think no matter what, I trust he's going to be playing at a very high level.
I miss him.
You miss him,
Gregory.
You miss him.
He looks really, really good.
Is it
really
just
happy.
the looks or what?
No, like I told you,
the attitude, everything.
It's the smirk. It's the winks. It's the comments that will make somebody upset in the media. It's calling out Adam Schefter or Diana Rossini or what. He causes controversy.
He does.
I love it
all the time.
Drama's fun.
Drama is fun indeed. Benny, why don't you tell us about the pizza you're going to cook tonight?
There's no drama there. It's funny you say that because I don't know if were you reading my text? Old Girl Ted Pizza and Movie tonight. So you know what's on deck? The Screamin' Sicilian Pizza from Palermo's. That's right. It's a movie and pizza night from my great friends and our great friends at Palermo's. We're specifically doing a stuffed crust today. I think we're doing the stuffed crust pepperoni because it's amazing. You got the secret tomato recipe sauce, the whole milk mozzarella cheese,
it's amazing,
and all the great Screamin' Sicilian things that you love. Whoop. Which is all the amazing, great toppings they put on it. They have the originals, like the Bessie's Revenge, Holy Pepperoni, Boss Hog, Mother of Meat, Supremus Maximus, Mambo Italiano. Mambo! Thin and crispy. Find your screaming pleasure, whatever it may be. Tonight at Stuffed Crust at your local grocer's freezer.
We go pole dancing next. It's Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
35, the minimum age required to become president of the United States. Don't you learn some of this stuff?
Well, I mean, I don't pay attention to that, but I do know 35.
That's the boring stuff.
Scalzo and Brust.
I knew 35 because I grew up wanting to be the president. I would have been brilliant.
Instead,
you still can be, Ben. You're not even at the minimum age yet.
My intelligence might be questioned.
At what points in your life did you realize, hey, I might not be up for this position of president of the United States?
My first ACT.
Scalzo and Brust. Available anywhere you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
We do have an accident on the ramp from Highway KR to southbound 94. That's the Racine-Kenosha County line, so careful with that. 894 southbound slowing down from Greenfield Avenue down and around the Hale interchange to past Forest Home on 894 eastbound. Traffic is brought to you by Evans Transportation in Brookfield, where they provide customized logistics solutions to keep you and your business moving forward. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Traffic is brought to you by Evans Transportation in Brookfield, where they provide customized logistics to keep you and your business moving forward. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, mostly cloudy. Showers are likely with the low of 62. Tomorrow, chance of showers, mainly early, then becoming partly cloudy with a high of 74. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazagon, 94.5 ESPN.
There's only one place in Milwaukee where every day of the year, dreams and reality get together for a great time. Where you can walk in a player and walk out a winner. That place, Potawatomi Casino Hotel. With fantastic dining, gaming, sports betting, a luxurious hotel, and endless ways to win, the excitement never stops. The only thing missing is you. Your win is waiting. Only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Visit our website to learn more. Must be 21 to enter casino.
ESPN Milwaukee's Game Nights are here to let you know that now is a great time to attend an exciting, family-friendly baseball experience in Lake Country. The second season for the Lake Country Dockhounds is underway in Oconomowoc right off the interstate. Tickets start at just $10 with home games featuring Bat Dogs, Colton Kovu, in-game promotions, a kids area, and more. Go to dockhounds.com for tickets and game times. Catch Dockhounds baseball in Lake Country, where summer nights last longer. Go to dockhounds.com to get started.
Are you looking for the perfect restaurant for your next night out? Then make Aria, the acclaimed restaurant inside St. Kate, your next dinner destination. Specializing in artisanal American cuisine, Aria features carefully prepared seasonal entrees along with a robust selection of craft cocktails, wine, and local beer. Join them on Sundays for the restaurant's famous trademark chicken, served family style with sides like mashed potatoes, goat cheese biscuits, and more. Make your plans today to dine at Aria. Learn more and make reservations at aria@stkate.com. That's aria@stkate.com.
We all know the headlines, and we know the future. But what's really to come in the 2023 season for the green and gold?
Once everybody just gets rolling, gets comfortable with offense and being where they need to be every play, that the sky's the limit for us.
It's a special State of the Packers on Saturday at noon. Join Gabe Neitzel, Alex Strofe, and of course Jason Wilde as they take a deep dive into all the latest happenings in Titletown. State of the Packers, live from the Kruger Law Office's Sports Zone at Summerfest. Saturday at noon, right here on 94.5 ESPN.
Wade versus Diener, a 3-day event that will feature activities where Dwayne Wade and Travis Diener will compete with your help to raise the most money for local youth literacy programs. Mark your calendars for July 23rd for a tee-off party hosted by Wade and Diener with giant beer pong, Jenga, bags, local food trucks, drinks, and more at Discovery World. Don't miss this opportunity to join these NBA stars as they give back to the Milwaukee community through their shared love of basketball and fundraising for youth literacy. Register at wadevsdiener.givesmart.com.
Gabe, where do you think our group should be taking our golf trip next year?
Jason, I don't know. Do you have time to figure it all out and get all the reservations made? I certainly don't.
Not really. I mean, I'm so busy. If I only knew somebody to call that might do all the work for us.
Oh, I know about Wisconsin Golf Trips. Their main business is booking groups from around the world to play all the great courses in our state, but they're now doing outbound trips for groups each year to places like Michigan, Minnesota, and Nevada. Plus, Wisconsin Golf Trips is even booking custom packages for Scotland and Ireland.
Oh, wow. Let's hit them up.
WisconsinGolfTrips.com.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust at the Gruber Law Office's Sports Zone at Summerfest on 94.5 ESPN.
Live from wonderful Summerfest. Looking out beautiful Lake Michigan. He's Ben Brust. I'm Greg Scalzo. Presented by Michelob Ultra. Josh DiMaggio running the show along with our guy Colin Rousseau. But every Friday, we go pole dancing, and we'll do so right now.
They've got questions, and we've got answers. Time to give the people what they want. Let's go pole dancing on Scalzo and Brust. Brought to you by Great Lakes Dragaway. A quarter-mile-long drag strip plus a drift pad. Even drive your own car on the track. Find full event schedule and ticket information at GreatLakesDragaway.com.
Every week we go up and down the dial, 94.5 ESPN in Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN in Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. Shout out to our friends in Dodge County, to all of our fellow shows, all of our fellow hosts, to the questions they asked, the ones they couldn't answer. And we say, you know what? We'll help you out. We'll answer that.
I do love the summer festive energy today, though. The vibes are high.
The vibes are very high right now.
Yes.
People are very excited to be here and to be living their lives.
All right, I'll take it away. This first one,
Josh, apparently not.
Well, I threw it to him, and then you popped in, and he didn't know where to.
I know, but he'd be like, I'm happy to be alive, too. Let's go pole dancing. Right, Joshy?
I mean, you guys are talking about
if
how
you
much...
did. I know, it was a bad spot for
Josh
you. You're in the
stuck,
studio.
He's stuck in a windowless room right now.
All right, let's start it off with Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, which you can hear 7 to 9 a.m. on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee. Where would you place Matt LaFleur in a power ranking of NFL head coaches? 1 through 5th, 6th through 10th, 11th through 16th, or the bottom half? And for note, 6 through 10 leads the way at 51%.
Yeah, I'm 11 through 16. He has a very good opportunity to secure himself in the top 10. But I've been on record, Matty Mouse is somebody who has to take control of this locker room now that Aaron Rodgers is gone. Aaron Rodgers ran 1265. He did. He ultimately played so well that it forced the general manager's hand to give him a contract. LaFleur can't yell at a guy that also is winning MVPs like it was Aaron Rodgers' 13-3 seasons and 13-4. So I'm excited to see what Matt LaFleur can do. I will put him in the top 10 if they even go 8-9, because that would be impressive after everything lost.
I'll say he's in the 8 to 13 range.
It's not a choice.
Close enough.
Come on, man.
11 through 16.
I'm making my own range.
It's not 1 or 0. So
that's my range.
Congratulations on your range, 8 to 13.
That's what I would put him at.
All right,
is that fair? I feel like that's the perfect range.
I think that's a better range.
I mean, if you want to narrow it down, he's probably like 9 to 11. Like, that's what makes this a difficult question, I think, to ask.
All right, stick with Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. If the Packers make the playoffs or are in a playoff chase, but Jordan Love isn't the primary reason, is that a negative? Yes, 19%. No, 81%.
I mean, I kind of answered this earlier. It's a bad thing if Jordan Love isn't the reason why they are winning, right? Like, I guess we're doing good or bad here. Can I make my own answer? It's an okay thing. And okay is bad. Like, okay is the worst thing they can be in. If Jordan Love isn't helping them, like, go 10-7 or 9-8, and it's the defense and the run game, that's kind of bad. You need to know if he's good. It doesn't matter what the record is. Is Jordan Love good? You need that answer.
Here's my problem with this question and the way that the entire question is posed. Like, it just basically says, take this whatever direction you want to take it. Because, like, what does that mean? That he's not the reason why? Well, is he good? But their defense is actually a top 5 defense, and that's the main reason why. But, like, in order for a team to win 10 games, like, you're gonna have to have good quarterback play.
I've told 10 people in the last 30 minutes we're on the radio.
It is remarkable how much people just walk up, don't even ask like anything, and they just start talking to you, being like, "What time is it? Where is this?
How can I win a shirt?
How can I?" It's like, what are you doing? But overall, I think that you can. There's so many subjectivities and qualifiers to the question. It's nearly impossible to answer. But I'll say it's a bad thing if he's not the reason why they win 10 games, because to me that implies you need to find a new quarterback, right? And if you need to find a new quarterback,
you'd rather stink and have better picks.
Correct.
It's the final week of Summerfest, and Jen Latta hasn't gone yet, but she's on
Jen
crutches
Latta.
now. Is it a good idea or bad idea for her to attend while on crutches? Good idea, 18, bad, 82.
Yeah, no, it's a horrible idea. I saw someone wheeling around in one of those like little kneel wheelers. You know what I mean? Like where it's a scooter, but you put your knee on it so it takes the weight off. It looks horrible. Who would want to do that?
I think that I think she should. What?
Look, I love Summerfest. I've gone to concerts here. But if my groin hurts, you need your groin at Summerfest. That sounds. I'm making it worse.
What just happened with you? You like lost it. I think she should come. Dario, I'm sure her husband will be wheeling her around, and it's a great chance to just be like, dude, take me over there.
My dad was in a wheelchair here.
Get me a beer.
She's saying she's on crutches though. So my dad came to the Alumni Charity Challenge. He was in a wheelchair. He was happy as can be.
But did he bring a wheelchair?
He did, yes.
Okay. But I'm sure when you go to a lot of events, oftentimes, I don't know the policy here at Summerfest, but oftentimes they will have like certain things that you can rent or like.
Get her a motorized scooter. Just don't bring crutches.
When I was a kid on crutches in Disney, we rented a wheelchair for the day. Got to the front of every line. It was so good.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
You should fake that every time you go.
One last one from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy here.
True.
Who hasn't?
It wasn't Disney. It was like, what's the one with the Tower of Terror?
That's a Disney park.
Okay. Sorry, Joshy. What was that?
This is the last one from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Who has an easier time getting through a crowd? Oh, sorry, got to give you the options. Chewy at 6'6", or Jen at 5'4".
Dude, 6'6". You can see the path you need to go. 5'4", you're along for the ride. You can't see above you.
Oh, that's so incorrect. Chewy gets blocked in. Like, if you're in a crowd, you are blocked in. 5'4", Jen can just right him. It's like being on a motorcycle on a crowded highway.
No.
You'd rather be in the pickup on a crowded highway. I'd rather be in a motorcycle.
Yeah, see, but it's not a motorcycle. It's a car versus a truck right now.
No, I'm a motorcycle.
You're moving the goalposts. Of course, I'd want to be on a motorcycle too. I'm saying truck versus a car. You're high enough where you can see beyond a couple of cars, so you're not just like blocked of your view. You could just run into somebody's
I would get
butt.
to a crowd way quicker than you.
No shot.
Absolutely.
No shot.
Because you get stuck. You're 6 feet tall. Just even that tall, but I'm small. I'm a little guy.
I hate you.
Why?
The height bit.
I love you.
The height bit is so annoying.
I love you. Why do you hate me?
I got to remeasure.
You're 6 feet 7/8.
So don't call me 6 feet.
What does 6 feet 7/8 start with?
Clearly, closer to 6'1" than 6 feet.
So you want me to call you 6'1"?
That'd make me feel a little better.
You're 6'1".
Thank you.
Is that better?
Yes.
I mean,
6 feet is an insult.
But you know how tall you are. It's just the difference between an eighth of an inch.
Every eighth of an inch matters.
All right, last one here. It's from Steve Scafidi of WTMJ. Do you think Fridays will eventually be part of a 3-day weekend tradition? Yes, it's inevitable at 34%. No, work has to get done 30%. Or the ever enlightening, possibly at 35%.
It's inevitable.
Did you just take that poll out, Josh?
Sure did. Yep.
We don't do polls here that give like the I'm not giving an opinion answer. We let the people who comment to our poll and say, what about both?
I let Joshy Joshy took him out already. You don't need to put.
No, we're helping Steve get better. He's a
urinate
teammate.
on the grave. Okay.
No, Steve. Make it yes or no. Let's hear from the people. Don't let them hedge.
Okay. What's your answer?
My answer is yes. It's inevitable. I already take 18 Fridays off a year anyways. You might as well just give me 18 more so I can have some longer weekends.
Not inevitable. It won't happen. Not in the United States of America. Not at least over the next 100 years. I understand they're doing this in certain countries in Europe. I think you'll have more holiday and extended vacation before you have a consistent 4-day work week. There's too much efficiency. There's too much economic dependency on continued growth for American companies to believe in whatever studies are being done in Finland about the productivity of a 4-day work week.
So, for instance, Wilde and Tausch thought that July 3rd was a holiday.
Well, Wilde and Tausch work on a 4-day work week as it is, led by Jesse Nelson.
Yes, okay.
Yes.
But you get my point. Like that, July 3rd was not a company holiday for us. That's more likely to become like a national day off, like the day before.
No, I'm saying like in Europe, there's more extended vacation. I think you'll have more people willing to shut down a store for a month and let their staff take a month off as opposed to, hey, we work all of the time. However, I don't think, again, like they're just different countries.
That doesn't go away for a month. Man, that's tough. I get the concept, but
maybe it's 2 weeks. I mean, hell, Congress Day goes away for a month. But that's a whole nother story.
You know why we continue to work, Greg?
Why?
Water Joe, baby. It gives me the energy that I need. It
makes me want to work.
It's water. It literally says water with a work ethic. Think about that. You get the clean, healthy energy you deserve. 5-day work week. You're a little tired. Water Joe. You're a little hungover. Next morning, you need to get up and do something. Water Joe. You need to hydrate. Water Joe. You need a little energy. Water Joe. No off taste. 85 milligrams of caffeine. Drank some this morning at the office. If you can't tell, I got a little manic energy. Pick it up at any of your favorite local retailers. It will save your life. Water Joe.
Scalzo and Brust live from Summerfest. We'll be back with free beer and pizza presented by Michelob Ultra.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
You think that you sound
Why are we
cool
still
and
talking
elitist?
about this? I thought you were going to build me up.
But you make it so damn hard.
Scalzo and Brust, available anywhere you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Woo! I am thirsty today. Definitely going to need a cold one. There's the one. I'm back again with our guy, Mark Butera, the owner of Oso Brewing Company. And in my hand is a can of their Picnic Ants beer, which is making a comeback.
So a friend of ours, years ago, we made this beer, like the last time was like 2016 that we made this beer. And this beer is so flavorful, and for a hot summer day, it's a Belgian style, it's a Saison, so it's this really easy, light drinking, but tons of flavor. It's thirst quenching, it's very thin, so it like drinks easy. And then on the label, you got these ants that are having a picnic. What's a picnic without ants, right? So like there's picnic ants right there.
Thanks again to Mark for telling us all about the return of Oso's Picnic Ants Brew. And remember, no matter what can of Oso is in there, the fridge better be stocked.
The big gig is back.
Everybody's happy. Summerfest is back. The weather is perfect.
And so are we at the Gruber Law Office's Sports Zone.
I think I got in trouble for talking to people. They said I was mean.
Tune in every weekday to Homer and Tony and Scalzo and Brust, who will be broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's Sports Zone all throughout Summerfest.
Greg Scalzo is here! Hey!
1 minute late.
What I just did was miraculous.
Oh, here we go.
Stop by, say hi, and win prizes all Summerfest long with 94.5 ESPN.
Life's better with an auto policy from American Family Insurance. No matter what dreams you're driving towards. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto coverage at the right price. You'll also save up to 23% when you bundle auto with home. American Family Insurance. Get a quote, find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Gear up for a can't-miss week of summer baseball as the Brewers battle NL Central foes in the Cubs and Reds. Monday, July 3rd through Sunday, July 9th. It's a 4th of July week stacked with Brewers action. 2 divisional matchups and fun for the whole family with kids and seniors days. Plus Sesame Street Day at the ballpark on Saturday the 8th. Get your seats at brewers.com/promotions.
Yeah, they're football guys, but they don't shy away from the big topics of the day.
So you won't listen to their music because of this? Was it a bad breakup?
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by American Family Insurance.
I don't know. You play one of their songs on
this
our
guy
show.
broke up with Florida Georgia Line. You should like him more.
I do like Tyler. Yeah, it's a good career move for him.
You're still not going to go to the concert.
Weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN and available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Every day, we fight to preserve magnificent places and wildlife. We are Earth Justice, a national legal nonprofit fighting for your right to a healthy environment. Every day, we fight to advance clean energy. We are Earth Justice, 135-plus lawyers representing clients free of charge. Every day, we fight to combat climate change. We're Earth Justice, and we're here because, now more than ever, the Earth needs a good lawyer. Earth Justice uses the power of law to ensure our planet and its inhabitants have a future. No one fights more cases on the environment than Earth Justice. And we win almost every time. Because when we win, the air and water are cleaner, food systems are safer, and public lands are preserved. And we win because these are fights we cannot lose. Want to join us in this fight? The time is now. Go to earthjustice.org today. That's earthjustice.org.
It's Scalzo and Brust on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it.
Save me, save me, save me. Save me.
Scalzo and Rust on a Friday across the ESPN Wisconsin. Ben Brust, Greg Scalzo, Josh DiMaggio, Colin Rousseau hanging out. Well, those two aren't. Ben and I are at Summerfest right now. Beautiful Summerfest. We're presented by Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. And yeah, the crowd today is on
buzzing, man. They are buzzing, this crowd. It could be because Cornhole's in town. The Super Hole, baby. You hitting it?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
It's
I like
all
this
about
guy.
that
He
Super
looks
Hole.
professional.
Yep. It's all about Super Hole. This guy knows it.
Love
so we
me a
got
Super Hole.
we've got the Cornhole American Cornhole League event happening next to us.
We saw Aaron Jones roll up on a golf cart.
Aaron Jones was there, full on with his sombrero, doing the whole thing, and I think that and Zach Bryan,
Tyler Hubbard.
Well, I'm saying Zach Bryan.
Oh, Zach
is
Bryan
playing
today.
tonight.
Yeah.
Josh, I know you're a Zach Bryan fan. The T-shirts are the worst concert T-shirts I've ever seen in my life.
I haven't seen them. I don't know what to make of them.
They're like, I don't even know how to describe them. They're so bad that the Z is on one sleeve and the N and the Brian is on the other, and it goes like across the top.
That's horrible. I haven't seen any.
Oh, it's brutal.
You know what I am thankful for?
That's a great T-shirt, though. Fleetwood Mac Rumors album cover T-shirt. Impressive.
I'm very, very thankful that your wife, Greg, and you got me a Grateful Dead T-shirt, because the people who buy, like, you could tell who's not a seasoned vet. Even though I was a fake vet, I felt like I fit in more when we went to Dead & Company. No one wants to be the guy in the fresh T-shirt at the concert. That would have made me stand out like a sore thumb.
That is true. You did none of that. I do want to give a shout-out to American Family Insurance, amfam.com, to find your local American Family Insurance agent. As an AmFam customer, it's an incredible experience. One, you have the technology of a company of that size, right? They've got fantastic app to be able to use. They have a digital home quoting tool that helps you build your own policy so you get the right coverage for what you need, that truly protects you from the unexpected. But the best part about AmFam is you get the personal touch. You're working with a local American Family Insurance agent, somebody who's in your community, somebody you build a relationship with, somebody you trust. You have a team there. So anytime you have a question, whether it's in choosing your policy, what bundles are available, if life is going to change, if you're moving, if you have a claim to submit, which is why you have insurance in the first place, they are there to guide you every step of the way. It's why American Family is the best experience for me. AmFam.com to find your local American Family Insurance agent. And remember, when you protect both your home and auto with American Family, you can save up to 28%.
Just saw the best T-shirt at Summerfest of all time.
Backed up by what looked like an 8-foot man in overalls.
I heart sex and beer. More like I heart beer and pizza, baby. Free beer and free pizza Friday on Scalzo and Brust. Caller 1 in Madison, caller 1 in Milwaukee, 800-990-3776. Aaron Jones in a sombrero coming by. Hello, everyone wave. Aaron Jones, have a great season. Stay healthy, Aaron. Gonna need ya. 800-990-3776.
Vibes are not high with the American Cornhole League players. What was that?
I don't know. They should have been showered with applause.
My goodness.
Josh, I got distracted. Did I say enough?
Yeah, people are calling.
Great.
That's it? You just gave up?
Yeah, I'm just people watching right now. It's been an interesting day at Summerfest.
Very interesting day. A great 3 weekends. One of the great events, of course, of the year in all of Wisconsin. Heck, the Midwest. Heck, the world. And
most attended across the United States. Wasn't that true on Over Under, Joshy?
A big thank you to everybody here at Summerfest for helping making our world easy, to our guy John Tyler, Scotty Fife, for the engineers who set it all up, our fantastic team who's been helping out every day. Of course, Major Goolsby's our fantastic food sponsor as well. But we don't thank anybody as much as we thank you, the Scalzo and Brust family. We love you all. Have a great weekend, Wisconsin!
An accident 94 eastbound now, just about at Elm Grove Road, off on the right shoulder. So watch for the delays as you're heading through there, and it's going to pretty much be solid all the way into the Marquette. So if you're heading to Summerfest, it's going to be a slow one. Southbound 894 backing up from just north of Lincoln all the way down and around the Hale interchange. Northbound on 4394 coming out of the Mitchell interchange and around the Plainfield curve, get a slow down until you hit Oklahoma Avenue. Then it starts to open up into the Marquette. Southbound 43 still heavy from Good Hope Road all the way down past Locust. Traffic is brought to you by Great Lakes Dragaway, a quarter-mile long drag strip plus a drift pad. Even drive your own car on the track. Find full event schedules and ticket information at GreatLakesDragaway.com. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Mostly cloudy. Showers are likely, a low of 62. Tomorrow, chance of showers mainly early, then becoming partly cloudy for the rest of the day, a high of 74. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazagon, 94.5 ESPN.
Baseball season is here. Your hometown pizza, Palermo's Pizza, has teamed up with the Milwaukee Milkmen to offer lucky fans a one-of-a-kind baseball experience. Palermo's at the plate. Win tickets to a Milwaukee Milkmen game, a game-time on-field experience, free Palermo's pizza, and more. Visit MilwaukeeMilkmen.com/Palermo's to enter for your chance to win. Enter today to join Palermo's at the plate with your Milwaukee Milkmen at MilwaukeeMilkmen.com/Palermo's.
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local convenience store today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis.
Last night, Victor Wembanyama and Brandon Miller were the top 2 picks in the NBA draft. Tonight, they make for their professional debuts against one another in the NBA 2K24 Las Vegas Summer League. And yes, more eyes will be on the 7'3" Frenchman in Wembanyama, the number 1 overall pick of the San Antonio Spurs. The third time the Spurs in their history have the number 1 pick. The other 2 times, the players turned out to be Hall of Famers. David Robinson, Tim Duncan, Spurs, Hornets, the United States debut of Victor Wembanyama. It's tonight, beginning at 9 Eastern. It's yours on ESPN Television. Up first, though, Portland and Houston about to start on ESPN. Final 3 days of baseball before the pre-All-Star portion of the schedule comes to a close. Good one underway at the Trop. Atlanta is 18-2 in its last 20. They lead the Tampa Bay Rays. So they trailed the Tampa Bay Rays 1-0 in the bottom of the first. Wander Franco with a solo home run for Tampa Bay. Philadelphia tonight looking to tie franchise history with their 13th consecutive road win. They're in Miami. They're scoreless. About to start in the Bronx, the Chicago Cubs and the New York Yankees. Yanks have dropped 2 in a row tonight on ESPN+.